Hello, it's Melissa here and hopping in a little later today on my Facebook Live. I talked earlier yesterday about maybe coming in on a set time, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But I thought I would try to do one later in the evening just to share with you back to the basics. And what I mean about that is when you're younger, learning how to walk, talk, write, all those kind of things that's your upbringing. Everybody teaches you that. And then you reach this age somewhere between probably, 5 and 7 is what I think they say. The programming starts to be a little bit different. So instead of teaching you all this fun stuff and congratulations, you can walk now, you can read, you can talk, all of that, you start getting this programming of what the adults in your life start labeling as what is good and what is bad, or what is right and what is wrong. And so we continue to live that pattern of following the directions of other people. Then as we continue to develop in our lives, we take that information and we start making our own decisions based on what has been given to us. So the blueprint has been laid. We continue this throughout our lives. And what people don't realize, and what I had to realize, was the programming that happens back then is not necessarily the right programming for you. See, you came here on a purpose, on a mission to live life, and you have these desires and these dreams, and they started early on. You had these fantasies. You knew what you wanted and what made you happy and excited and felt good. But the programming got to the point where you got mixed up. You got lost. You got lost in what others felt was right or wrong or good or bad, or whatever you want to label it as, because it's just a label. That's where we start having the disconnect. And the disconnect is you've gotten away from the basics. You've gotten away from who you are, at the essence of who you are. Who are you deep down in the core? So when people start labeling, don't eat certain foods because it'll make you fat, there's too much sugar, too much carbohydrates, too much protein, too much this, too much that, and we buy into that. And then when we eat something, we start thinking about, oh yeah, that has too much sugar, too much fat, that's not good for my body, that's not healthy. The labeling is just a label, and it depends on how much you want to own that label. Now, I know we're all made up different. I know our bodies metabolize things quicker and things like that. But what I'm asking you to do is really think about when you were a kid, the junk food that maybe you ate, but you never gained weight, you never had any problems, or the fatty foods that you ate, whatever it might be. And the difference between then and now is that now you have labeled it as being a bad thing. It now has a label of what doesn't work for you. So when you start thinking in those terms of this doesn't work for me, well then of course it's not going to work for you. It's that conscious language that we use, and we'll talk more about that on another live. But I just wanted to get back to the basics because that's the place where we start. That's our core ground, the grounding field where we start. Starting to hear what we're telling ourselves. Let's just tune out all of the other talk around us and just listen to what we want. Inside our heart, inside our gut, inside our mind, we know what's right for us. And so I just challenge you that start thinking about when people start labeling things, when they start labeling things as good or bad, just like the weather. You might have rainy weather, snowy weather, sunny weather. It's all just weather. Louise Hayes always said, you just dress differently. Exactly. And I like that. I like to look at the weather in that perspective than saying, oh, geez, it's snowing. Oh, it's raining, that type of thing. So that's my tip for today. I hope that you found it helpful, and I hope that you'll find yourself taking those negative words, opinions, thoughts, and just stop and think, do I believe that to be true? Maybe you will, maybe you won't, but it's up to you to decide. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Much love.